On Saturday night, Terri Harper steps up 24 pounds in weight to challenge Rankin for her IBO and WBA super welterweight titles. Hannah said it's reckless. Terri said it's a step closer to some huge fights. Welcome to Face Off Live.
We're offered to fight Terri Harper. Oh yeah, we want to challenge you for your world titles at 154.
Dare to be great. I want to make a little bit of history.
That is way out of your weight division.
No problem at all.
Pretty reckless decision.
I'm ready for a 10-round war.
It doesn't matter. I'll leave that ring with those two belts and my arm raised.
Terri. Hannah. Ladies, the fight is only a few days away now. How are we both feeling?
Feel great, ready to go.
Excited? Yeah, glad to be here. Felt like the fight date was just getting dragged on, and then once we finally got it nailed on and announced, it's been fully focused on this day.
I guess the first question I've got to ask you, Terri, is why the step up to super welterweight and why Hannah?
I want to be world champion again. I've been there, been at the top. Obviously, devastating defeat back in Sheffield. Just, if I'm honest, I feel like Hannah's an opponent, a beatable opponent, and I feel that's a great opportunity to become world champion again. Even
though it's 3 divisions above what you're used to?
Yeah. I naturally walk around 10, 12, 11 stone. So Hannah and her team's calling this reckless. I feel like cutting down to 9 stone 4, that was the reckless part of my boxing career.
Yeah, you've been stated to call this reckless. Do you stand by that?
I do stand by that. I think, Terri and her team, it's some people are calling it brave, but for me it's reckless. You're going up multiple weight divisions, not just one, not just 2, you're going all the way up, and there's a massive difference.
And you think that will be the difference, the size?
Yeah, it will be a difference. It's different coming up to a weight than it is going down to 1. I've been in that position. I've come up to 160. I wasn't a 160 fighter, and that was only 1 weight class up. So that's definitely going to be a difference in the fight for me.
You're obviously coming down weight as well. Do you have to lose much to get down to super welter?
I work hard to get to where I need to be, as all fighters do. So yeah, no, I'm excited to step on the scales on Friday and then get it on Saturday.
Was you surprised at all, I guess, 1, when this fight was presented to you, and 2, that Terri accepted the fight?
They came to us with the fight. It was offered to me. It wasn't that I offered it out to them. I was very surprised. I was really, pretty shocked actually that the team decided to do that. I mean, there was a devastating knockout by Baumgardner, so to come up and then fight in a weight class that you've never even fought in before is reckless, like I said.
I guess there's been plenty of sparring with heavier opponents. How has the camp been for you?
Very enjoyable. I'd say this is the first camp where I've been able to enjoy it. Not being food focused, I've been fully fueled for my sessions. I feel like it's made me a better athlete. It wasn't the case of just putting a layer of mass on and getting myself up to 11 stone. I've conditioned my body to perform at this weight, and like I said, I feel like I'm not just the athlete that I was at 9 stone 4. I've developed into an even better athlete.
You've lots of experience, certainly in big fights, former world champion. Hannah, you're obviously 3 weights heavier, or was. I'll ask you both this question, who is the A side going into this fight?
I'll start. I'm the A side, obviously. Eddie's paid Hannah. This is the biggest payday of her career. Obviously, Eddie and Matchroom believe in me. They've invested a lot of money in me. I'm the home fighter. I'm in the home corner, and I've got to do my job.
You can believe you're the A side. I'm coming into this as a world champion. I'm the one with the 2 world titles.
Yeah.
So yes, you might be a Matchroom fighter. Yes, this is a Matchroom show, but it doesn't make you the A side.
What do you think?
There's only one reason why Hannah's on this show. Otherwise, she's fighting on the small hall shows, Fight Zone. this is Hannah's opportunity to be back on the big screens. I do this every fight, day in, day out. This is my life. And like I said, Eddie and Matchroom have invested in me for them belts.
How does that make you feel when you look back at your defeat to Savannah Marshall? You've rebuilt since, you're now a world champion. Do you feel there's a bit of disrespect from Terri to call herself the A-side?
A bit of disrespect. There's a massive amount of disrespect there. You know, the loss to Savannah Marshall, I stepped up a weight class, just one. I stepped up a weight class, and you know, it wasn't meant to be, and I'm not a 160 fighter. But it was a fantastic opportunity during the pandemic to fight, especially behind closed doors. Like I say, I did that, take that off. However, there's a lot of disrespect coming from your team, and yes, I've got the 2 titles. I've just headlined at the Hydro in my home city, in my country. Massive show, first female to do it, breaking history again. You know, I'm not just on small hall shows. I've been on multiple shows all around the world. So yeah, I'm the A-side in this. I'm coming into this as the double world champion. You better believe it.
You mentioned team there. What do you make of Steffi Ball's involvement in the build-up? Some of the comments he's made.
Steffi Ball is childish, immature, and you know, but everybody knows that. He likes to talk a lot, and it's because Terri doesn't talk for herself. He himself said online, "Oh, she's on mute until the fight," you know, because he's protecting her, like he's always protected her. But you know, at the end of the day, it's me and Terri in the ring on fight night. It's not me and Steffi. He can get in if he wants, but it's not us. So at the end of the day, you're the one getting in there, and it's on him.
Terri, you've had 10 rounds in your last fight since the Baumgardner defeat. Have you exercised all the demons from that devastating loss?
Yeah, 100%. Otherwise, I wouldn't have asked for this fight. This year was supposed to be learning, supposed to be getting experience under my belt, active year. This opportunity came up, chance to become two-time world champion, and full confidence and belief in myself. I've had obviously the defeat against Alicia, but that hasn't defined me as a fighter. I've got full belief in my ability, and my team, my promoter, they have that belief also, and that's the reason why we're here.
So I guess for you, it's a case of you win some, you lose some. You know, it is sport. It can go wrong sometimes, but you can honestly say the build up to this camp, there's not been one thought of Baumgardner.
No.
No.
No. Do you know what? As a fighter now, when I beat Eva Wallström for my first world title, I was very young and naive, and I didn't realise how big of a deal it was to be world champion. I'm now 25, almost 26, and I feel like I've developed as an athlete, developed as a fighter. I've matured, and I understand what's ahead of me on Saturday night and how it can change my life. And as a fighter, I also believe that I've experienced probably everything I could possibly experience. I've had a broken hand in a fight, I've had a cut, I've had the devastating KO in my hometown. For me, the only way is up from that.
I guess that's what makes it interesting as well. You've both suffered lots of hardship, and you've both experienced lots of success. So I guess it really comes down to who wants it the most, I guess. And I can sense that you both really, really fancy it. You've sparred before. There's been footage leaked. I think you found that disrespectful, haven't you?
I think any fighter would find that disrespectful. You know, at the end of the day, whatever makes you feel better to like prove to the public that you're big enough to get in there on fight night, you know, and I think that's really what it's come down to. You know,
what made me going to put it on?
Oh yeah, just to tell everybody that you definitely belong there.
Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't really have to do that, you know, at the end of the day.
Well,
but you know, whatever makes you feel better and makes you feel, you know, everybody believes it now that I'm a true 154 because I'm, you know, look at the size difference in sparring, all this sort of stuff, you know. Like I said, whatever makes you and your team feel better.
And don't forget, we've got a fight to sell. We've got to draw our eyes to the fight. We've got to build it up. Otherwise, it's going to be boring.
The fight sells itself.
No.
Absolutely sells itself. I'm a two-time world champion. You're stepping up to my weight class from way down below. that fight sells itself. You don't need to
You don't need to get caught up on my weight. That weight, the 9 stone 4, 9 stone 9, that's not me. Not me. No.
It was for a while.
No.
You seem a little bit agitated by that sparring being leaked. Are you annoyed at how the spar went?
No. I just think it's disrespectful and it's actually really rude. You know, at the end of the day, you have young fighters coming through. You go to people's gyms, you go to support them when they want to get some sparring in. I was there to support Terri after a loss, you know, get the rounds in. Any young fighter coming through doesn't want to be going to train with other people to know later on that team is going to leak footage of sparring. Be it good, bad, you can't base it like, you know, a fight on some sparring footage. But at the end of the day, it's just respect, and your team's lacking it.
Well, I'm going to ask a question, and I should know better because I'm a former boxer. But even though it was sparring, who got the better of the spar?
Me. Or wasn't even my best spar either. It was probably 40% version of me. And I know it's not, you don't go off sparring and stuff, but first time I'd sparred a heavier girl. I'd just left a 5-year relationship that weekend. I literally had no sleep. I'd gone to my dad's, left everything I knew behind, and rocked up to the gym, and I did what I did with Hannah in the ring at 40%. But,
I popped up to...
You don't go off sparring.
Yeah,
like Hannah started Hannah's camp.
Yeah, so I just popped up to help out with some rounds, or, you know, get some rounds with some more difficult people. Steffi himself said, you know, I protected her too much, she needs more rounds. So got in there, did a few rounds, no sweat off my brow. You know, at the end of the day, you can believe that you got the better of the spar, if that makes you feel better, okay? But, yeah.
Do you take confidence away from that spar then?
Yeah, of course you're going to take confidence away from it. But like I said, I'm not stupid, I'm not just going to go off that spar.
How about yourself? I mean, are you just constantly, you're aware that that was just sparring, not looking into it, this is completely different, this is with the smaller gloves on, this is at your weight, you're completely confident that you're going to win this contest?
I'm 100% confident I'm going to win this contest. Whether it's by knockout, whether it's by stoppage, whether
Hannah,
it's
you
by
got to hit me first to be able to stop me out. My feet are too fast for you.
You can't
too
run
fast.
all night.
I can. Well, I'm not even, I don't need to run.
Like
Do not need to run. Do not need to run.
It's a fight.
I'm just going to pop and move all night long.
Okay.
Too sharp, too fast.
You think that's enough to be a world champion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll step it up later rounds.
I look forward to seeing it on fight night.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
It's a really big domestic world title fight. For both of you, who has more pressure going into this contest, do you think?
Terri. 100% Terri.
It's my chance to become world champion again and change my life. This fight leads on to bigger fights, and you've got the pressure as well. What are you going to do after this? What are you going to do if you lose your belts? The IBO's not coming with you. That's staying with me. You've got no vacant world title to fight for again.
So, I'm a 2-time world champion. I'm a reigning, defending world champion, right? And at the end of the fight on Saturday, when my arm is raised, I'll be the one walking away with the belts, like I've said.
Okay.
And you've got more to lose, and you go back down to lightweight division.
I mean, I guess there is also some people saying you are naturally bigger. You're the free weights heavier than Terri. She's stepping up those divisions. There must be an element of pressure there if you was to lose to Terri, though we've touched on, does have a terrific resume already, beating some very good fighters, but if you was to lose to Terri, would that really damage your career?
I'm not going to lose to Terri. Okay, pressure is a privilege. It's something that I always live by. You know, you wouldn't feel pressure if you weren't in a position that other people want to be in. So I'm proud to be in this position. I enjoy the pressure. I thrive under pressure. So yeah, it doesn't bother me.
Also, I guess for both of you, the potential carrot being dangled is that unification fight with Tasha Jonas. I mean, that must add an extra little bit of spice to this fight.
Yeah, see, I respect Hannah and her team. She had the opportunity there to fight Tasha. They chose me, so I'm obviously grateful for that and the opportunity. But I feel like I've got unfinished business with Tash, and I need to get the job done with Hannah so I can settle that. That's extra motivation for me to get the job done Saturday night.
And lastly, how and who wins this fight?
I win this fight. I win this fight either by knockout, stoppage, or points. I don't care. My arm gets raised. I win this fight, 100%.
What, just too big, too strong?
And some other things, but you'll see that on Saturday night.
Terry?
She's got a few new tricks up her sleeve, apparently. I win, no doubt. No doubt in my mind. I won't be here if I didn't believe in myself. There's no way I'm going to lose to Hannah. No way.
Points, stoppage?
However, I can make the fight as easy as I want to on the night. And I just got to box smart.
Okay.
So I just want my hand raised. And the belt's around my waist. Both of them.
Talking of hands, the common theme for these sort of shows seems to be the handshake, the closing handshake. Will we see a handshake between the two of you?
I'm happy. It's a shake. I've got respect for Hannah and the team.
Yeah.
Obviously, after the fight, we'll sit down and have a chat and a cup of tea or whatever. But yeah, I've got respect.
It's a fight.
Sure.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
All the best, ladies.
Thank you.
Well, you can catch this mouth-watering contest live Saturday night on DAZN. In Saturday night's main event, weight is yet again a talking point. Former IBF featherweight king Kid Galahad steps up to lightweight to take on IBO champ Maxi Hughes. Maxi said he's going to retire Kid, and Kid says he's just too good. Welcome to Face Off Live.
There's a rivalry there. He wanted this fight, he called me out.
Maxi's tried to get out the fight a few times.
Who do you think you are?
I know I've boxed at a higher calibre than he has.
Coming up 2 weight divisions to challenge me, the #1 guy in the UK.
I'm better than him in every single department.
It's just giving me that fire.
I don't know where he's getting all this confidence from.
This is my division, this is my belt.
And in me.
Hopefully he turns up September 24th and we'll just have a good scrap.
Barry? Maxi? Lads, the fight's upon us. We're only a couple of days, for a few days out now. How are we both feeling?
Good, relaxed. Soaking it up and enjoying it.
Feeling good? How about you, Barry?
I'm ready. Can't wait.
How did this fight come about? I mean, why the step up to lightweight and why Maxi?
We're just seeing the opportunity there, you know. I think he's a okay fighter. I don't really think he's special. Sparred Maxi in the past, and I just know when we get in that ring on Saturday night, I've got the beating of Maxi, and I know Maxi knows that as well.
That's news to me.
I know that for a fact.
Was it easy? An easy yes when the fight was presented to you?
I ended up with a choice, you know, there were a lot of toing and froing with opponents and, you know, bigger fights out there. But the last sort of phone call and conversation I had with Eddie was given a choice. It can be Jorge Linares, back end of year, no dates as of yet, or do you want to box Barry on the 24th of September? And I says, well, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to be too long out ring, so I want to fight, so chose to fight Barry.
So you're officially a lightweight now?
Yeah.
No dropping down to super feather?
No dropping down.
So I guess that I was going to ask you, Maxi, there was talks of big fights with the likes of Ryan Garcia. Fights like those that I'm sure you're both desperate for, but for you, Maxi, is a win over Barry just a step closer to those mega fights?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe Barry's that name I need on my record to secure these big fights. You know, he's a former IBF champion, not a champion of 4 or 5 years ago. He's a champion in his last fight, so you know he's recent. You know he's in that form.
Do you think he's overlooking you?
To be fair with you, I know he didn't want this fight, so for me,
how can you know?
I just know, I know for a fact you didn't want this fight.
How? Because
100%.
Because of?
Because you try getting every kind of way to get out of this fight.
Yeah, I tried to get out of the fight by trying to fight Ryan Garcia and Jorge Linares. So if that's what you need,
you try getting out of this. The reason why you've chosen this fight, Maxi, is because you probably got no money. You've spent your money. You booked your holiday.
Don't worry about me.
You booked your holiday and you're going away. So you need to. Everything's already spent in just
There's
a typical fight mentality.
Me.
Just saying, typical fight mentality. After the fight, they've already booked a holiday, booked whatever they're doing. And don't tell me you haven't, because I know what typical.
Look,
I've been in the gym a long time. I know how they think. I know how they are. And he spent the money, so he's got to fight. Of course, he would have waited for Linares in whatever he was saying. Of course, you would have.
I'm the champion, Barry. I had a choice. Me and Eddie spoke. There's options.
You didn't have a choice, Maxi, because.
I did.
Just saying to you, you didn't really have a choice, Maxi.
I chose. This is why we're here. I gave you the opportunity, remember?
Maxi, you didn't want this fight, and I know
we're here, though, aren't we?
We're here now. That's Saturday night.
Yeah, by the by.
And
we're
that's
here
it.
and we're fighting.
And that's it, Saturday night. And I'm gonna have to show you there's levels to this.
Okay.
You know.
Look forward to seeing
We're gonna see on Saturday night.
You do seem a bit bemused, I guess, in the build-up, Barry, to the credit and the respect and I guess the fanfare that Maxi's been getting. Do you believe your level's above Maxi?
Yeah, 100%. You know, no disrespect to Maxi, but Maxi, anyone you've really boxed, I would have beat. And not everyone I've boxed, you would have beat.
Like?
Just saying to you, I don't think, really, I don't.
All right, I take your point. You know, on paper, Barry is, it will be the I suppose on paper my hardest test, but until we get there, until after Saturday night, you know, we can't answer that. That's
guarantee.
My
just trust me. After Saturday night, after we boxed, you ask him the exact same question. I guarantee he'll be saying that's the best kid I ever boxed, 100%.
Okay.
Do you take confidence from that win you had over Giovanni Straffon? Big puncher, more natural to your weight. I'm not going to delve into game plans too much, but do you feel that will hold you in good stead? Does that give you a lot of confidence going in with somebody who is naturally smaller than you?
I've not like looked at that and took that into my preparation of like, oh, I did that against him, so it's going to be easy against Barry. You know, we've prepared for a lot of outcomes, but I see you on the promo. You asked me where I get my confidence from, and it's, you know, maybe them last big 6 wins, most of them as the underdog. You know, as a sort of some of them last minute.
None of them have been me, and that's going to be a difference, Maxi.
Okay.
That's the difference. You know, I don't care who you boxed in the last 5 or 6 fights. It don't really matter. It's all relevant.
What about you? What I wanted to ask you is, if you got through Kiko, would you have said, I'm staying at the weight, I'm going to defend my belt, or would you have said, I've outgrown this weight, I'm vacating that belt and I'm moving up?
No, because when there's money on the table, and there's a lot of money on the table, you do what you've got to do to kind of make the weight, wouldn't you? And
I don't know, I've not been in that position.
Exactly. You've not been in that position, I have, so, you know, I was actually going to do that after the DAZN fight, but when they offer you a lot of money, and a lot of people thought I boxed, I personally didn't think I boxed to my best ability, but a lot of people thought I did, and then that kind of gets all overshadowed, doesn't it?
So do you think there was a lack of options for Barry as well, hence the reason taking the fight?
Yeah, there's not many going to give him an opportunity, are they? I heard you were going to go to Super Feather, but who was going to give him an opportunity at Super Feather? So I suppose they were just looking around for that opportunity.
You've sparred, I think, once. Was it at the Winkerbank? And if
yeah,
so, what was that experience
I
like?
think it was a little bit nearly 10 years ago, I think it was first JAZN fight, yeah. So, you know, long time ago. Like in terms of my career, where I was, I'm a totally different fighter from that.
Can you take anything away from the spar, the two of you?
I'm not, no.
He's a different fighter from then, and I'm a different fighter from then.
It was a long time ago, and it was sparring. I've never been a believer of what happens in sparring is going to be detrimental to the fight. So, no, I'm not taking anything away from that.
Is there a rivalry between you? I know, though some, including yourself, think it was controversial. You lost to Josh Warrington, a very good friend of Maxi. Is there a little bit of rivalry between the two of you before this fight was announced?
Nothing personal between me and Barry. We've not really crossed paths, to be honest, albeit we're both South Yorkshire lads. I suppose the public can to sell it, they can build it up as a South Yorkshire rivalry. There's probably a rivalry between Dom and Sean, and maybe Barry, maybe you see it that way, but in terms of me, it's just, you know, it's just a job, it's just a fight, it's just a bit of boxing, business, yeah.
Barry, Maxi says you need a retirement plan after this fight.
Yeah.
You're coming back from a terrible loss from Kiko. Where do you go if the worst was to happen? Is there pressure going into this fight in case there's a defeat?
There's pressure in every fight, no matter what. You know, for me, I just feel like I'm one of the fighters. I've always got to win. And let me just tell you something, Maxi, you've got to win. Where are you going to go?
I understand.
For me, I treat every
fight
fight like it's life and death, no matter what. And, you know, yes, I got beat in my last fight, and I don't make no excuse. It doesn't matter what happened. You know, I got beat end of. And, you know, 24th of September, I'm fighting Maxi, and I'm going to make sure I come out with a W.
I approach every fight as a must-win fight. You know, at this stage in my career, I'm not looking past Barry. Every fight is a must-win fight, and I'll do what's necessary to come out with my hand raised.
You're both in, I guess, similar stages of the career, but you're on a good run of form. You're coming back from that loss. Have you totally recovered and put that to one side, that Kiko defeat? Have you exercised those demons without 100%. Having had a fight since?
Yeah, 100%. Listen, yeah, after the Kiko fight, you know, I went straight back into the gym, and I just had to figure out, see where I was going to go from this position, see where, you know, it went wrong. And we know where it went wrong, so we went back, adjusted the situation, and that's it, you know. Listen, I live in the gym, so for me, being inactive or whatever people want to say, most of my career I've been active. When I boxed Jazza Dickens, I was at the ring for 18 months, so it really doesn't really matter. You know, I put the time in, I put the effort in, and on Saturday night, he's gonna see.
Do you think there'll be pressure on Barry? Do you think he'll sort of have glimpses of that knockout from Martinez as he's making that ring walk?
It's only human, isn't it? Like, I know we were going to say he's got them demons out way, but he doesn't know until he makes that ring walk, till he steps through them ropes. You've not done it since. It's human nature. You know, we're all only human, and it wasn't just a stoppage. It were. I really felt for you, because seeing you go down, banging your head. Me and my wife were watching it, and we sort of says, I hope he's all right. Seeing you go down the way that you did, recovery position on the oxygen, it's one of them where you think, I hope this kid's not seriously hurt. So well, I know you've said. Listen, I know you've said you've not got them demons, but they don't come out until you're making that ring walk.
100%. But listen, the same way I've got them same demons, you've got them same demons. You know, when you boxed Martin J. Ward and you hit your little nosy,
it's
and you
not
had
little, it's not little, pal.
You know, I had to turn around to the trainer to get you pulled out. Listen, then the day I went out on my shield.
How long ago was that?
Doesn't matter how long ago.
It
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you have to tell the trainer to pull you out because you hit your nose.
I didn't tell them.
Just telling you, Maxi. I'm just saying.
Right.
If you want to go on about this and that, that's the truth, Maxi. You got pulled out because you hit your little nosy, and you had to tell your trainer, please pull me out. So just think about that.
I don't need to think about that, because them demons have been exercised and done a long, long time ago. You haven't had the chance to exercise your demons.
Once you quit like that, you've always got that in you.
All right.
So on Saturday night, just make sure you don't hurt your nose.
I will. Don't worry about that.
Trust me.
Talking of pressure, do you feel any going into this fight, Maxi?
No, it's just it's just another night at office. You know, the pressures his way. He's going to be coming off what he's came off, and he's stepped up 2 weights, and he's the favourite. So, you know, as again, I'm the underdog. I like being the underdog.
I'm not just tell you something. I'm focused. I'm focused. Trust me. On Saturday night, you're gonna see. When you leave that ring, you're gonna get the worst beating you've ever had. Trust me, Maxi.
Right.
Do you believe he should be the favourite?
I don't know. I'd really don't. I'm not into your betting and odds and all that. So it's not something I pay any sort of attention to.
Barry, how do you win this fight?
By punching the shit out of him, and that's what I'm gonna do. Because there's nothing Maxi can do or bring. Whatever you want to bring on Saturday night, trust me, Maxi, in every single department, whatever you want to bring, you're going to get outgunned, out everything.
One thing I am bringing is my steel toe cap boots.
Can do.
You know, for when you're standing on my feet and you're standing on and hitting and you know, using them tactics.
If you want to go down that route, you know, there's people like.
That's the tactics that you use, though.
I forgot all his name. I don't even know who you boxed. Maybe a couple of fights ago, and the guy turned around and you hit him from behind. If you want to go down,
defend yourself at all times.
Well, that's it.
But she'll get same if you turn away from me. I will hit you.
How am I supposed to look? When you're fighting, where do you look at?
Straight at you.
Exactly. So why would I stand on your feet? Just saying it. It's not on purpose.
You've had points deducted in recent fights for it.
Well, you're a southpaw. Would I box a southpaw or an orthodox fighter?
It was a southpaw.
Exactly. So you're going to cross, aren't you, if you're both front footed?
There's crossing and there's bumping in, and then there's purposely looking for feet.
That's how it goes.
Cheating.
It's not cheating. Well, if you want to call that cheating.
Are these not enough?
What, standing on someone's foot by accident?
And then hitting while they're on your foot?
Have you not hit someone by accident with your head?
Accidental, yeah.
Exactly.
Never purposely.
Just saying to you, and the same thing. You call that classified as cheating, losing your head. I'm just saying to you, if I've stood on your foot by accident, which I don't mean, I don't think I'm a dirty fighter. Do you know, I don't know, you might think I am, I don't think I am. Nothing's intentional. If you stand on someone's foot, you're going to stand on someone's foot. It's not intentional. But you've got to expect them things when you're in a fight, especially when you're fighting an orthodox and a southpaw fight. That's what happens, Maxi.
All right.
Both lead foot. That's what happens.
Same question to you, Maxi. How do you win this fight? Too big? Too strong?
Just by adjusting and adapting and doing what I need to do to win. You know, me and Sean, we keep things simple and we just take each round as it comes, and we'll do what we need to do to win, like I have done in my last few.
And where does the winner of this fight go?
I don't know for now. Just, you know, let's just get Saturday out way first, and then can think about what can come.
And the loser? What happens to the loser after this?
Got to retire, aren't they? Maxi's gonna have to pack up, and well, in fact, he can go back down to British level.
Lads, I know you're both respectful men, and you'll leave it all in the ring. Will we get a handshake? Can we have a handshake?
Yeah.
Respect. Lads, that's tremendous. You can catch all the action live on DAZN Saturday night. Make sure you tune in.